طبعا هذا الجزء الثاني من حلقة ثانية كاملة ومتكاملة عن الانتخابات الامريكية بشكل خاص والانتخابات في جميع أنحاء العالم بشكل عام. راح تلاقي فيها مصطلحات وعبارات وكلمات من العيار الثقيل. Let me dive in. ونجي لأهم كلمة في الانتخابات الأمريكية وهي Electoral College، المجمع الانتخابي. لأنه في ناس يفكرون أنه مثلا إذا مرشح معين حصل على 10 مليون صوت والمرشح الثاني حصل على 9 مليون فمعناته اللي حصل على 10 مليون هو الفائز. لا، في حاجة اسمها المجمع الانتخابي. داخل المجمع الانتخابي هذا في مجموعة من الأشخاص ممثلين لكل ولاية. بناء على صوت كل ولاية هذول المرشحين ينتخبون الفائز. فعادة يعني اللي يكون عنده أصوات في العادة الأعلى عادة هو يكون الفائز داخل المجمع الانتخابي، ولكن مش دائما. يعني ممكن أحيانا تكون عندك 20 مليون صوت ومنافسك يكون عنده 18 مليون بس يكون هو الفائز. ليش؟ لأنه حصل على أصوات المجمع الانتخابي، يعني حصل على أصوات أعلى. there is only one electoral college in America. وداخل المجمع الانتخابي there are 538 electoral votes. And as I said, the popular vote doesn't usually determine the winner of the American election. But what determines the American election is the number of the electoral votes you get in the electoral college. And by the way, to win a presidency, you need at least 270 electoral votes to guarantee that you become the American president or you become the president-elect. طيب كيف يتم احتساب الأصوات داخل المجمع الانتخابي؟ ببساطة شديدة لكل مدينة في أمريكا مجموعة من الأصوات electors، مجموعة من الناخبين داخل هذا المجمع الانتخابي. مثلا ميشيغان لديها 16 electors، في 16 شخص جالسين في المجمع الانتخابي يشوفون الناس في ميشيغان صوتت لمن؟ لترامب أو مثلا لهاريس، فهنا يعطون أصواتهم. إذا شافوا الناس صوتوا لترامب يعطون 16 صوت، خلاص يروح ليش؟ لمثلا ترامب، خلاص ولا صوت يروح لهاريس. إذا فاز بولاية كل الأصوات تتجه لمرشح واحد فيحصل على 16 صوت. قد تكون هذه الولاية مثلا فيها أعداد سكان كثيرة قليلة، في ناس شوية جاء وانتخبوا، ناس كثيرة انتخبت، ماليش دعوة، المهم أني فزت بالعدد هذا كله. ممكن ولاية ثانية يكون فيها عدد من الناخبين بالملايين بس عدد قليل اللي راح انتخب، فلذلك أنت مثلا خسرتها. فيها مثلا 70 صوت داخل المجمع الانتخابي، فال70 صوت يروحون لك، بالرغم أن الناس اللي صوتت في هذه المدينة مثلا ممكن يكون عدد قليل جدا. ففي النهاية عدد الناس اللي تصوت بشكل مباشر في الانتخابات الأمريكية مش معناته أنه يتحدد الفائز، بل عدد الأصوات داخل المجمع الانتخابي. So the outcome of the election is determined by the electoral college, where each state's electors cast their votes based on usually the popular vote in their state. Each state has a number of electors. For example, Michigan, as I said, has 16 electors because it has 14 members in the House of Representatives, 2 senators in the Senate. And by the way, the Congress of the United States consists of the House of Representatives and the Senate. وببساطة شديدة أكثر عدد الإلكتورز في المجمع الانتخابي عادة يكون حسب عدد الممثلين لكل ولاية. مثلا ميشيغان عندها 14 ممثل في الهاوس of Representatives وعندها 2 senators إذن في السنت، فعادة هنا 2 وهنا 14 فالمجموع 16. إذن لميشيغان 16 في المجمع الانتخابي. مدينة يعني ولاية أخرى قد يكون مثلا لها ممثلين 50 في الهاوس of Representatives وعندها مثلا 4 أو 5 في السنت، فالمجموع يكون مثلا إذا 50 هنا و4 هنا يصير 54 صوت في المجمع الانتخابي. إذا مجموع ممثلين هذه المدينة أو هذه الولاية في الهاوس of Representatives والسنت ما هو معناته مجموع electors في المجمع الانتخابي. وطبعا بعد الانتخابات the newly elected president will be sworn in during a public inauguration ceremony. The incumbent or the president-elect must serve a term of 4 years, as it happens in Arab countries. The transition period, which allows for a smooth transfer of power, takes almost 2 months and a half. That's usually the case in America, not in Arab countries. And you know what I'm referring to, or what I mean. And the newly elected president must serve 2 terms of 8 years and cannot amend the constitution for the purpose of extending his term or hold a referendum to change laws. الآن كلمات عامة عن الانتخابات بشكل عام. Margin. In the final hours before the election, the incumbent managed to outpoll all of his rivals by a wide range. Many advocates believe that proportional representation would lead to fair representation, giving voice to a broader range of political views. Run for election office or run for president. Run for president. He decided to run for election office. After much deliberation, he decided to run for president, hoping to bring new policies to the country. Win by a landslide. Trump won by a landslide in key battleground states. Win or lose a seat. It could be in the parliament or any other election. Majority or minority. Majority or minority. Abstention or abstain. The verb is abstain. The abstention of 3 senators from the vote on healthcare reform led to a tighter margin of approval. Many members of the committee chose to abstain from voting on the controversial proposal to avoid appearing biased. A by-election. A by-election was scheduled to fill the vacant seat in the local council after the incumbent resigned. Later is an individual who is responsible for gathering signatures for petitions, often in the context of elections or political campaigns. The circulator worked tirelessly at various public events, asking people to sign the petition to get the new law on the ballot. Dark money. The candidate's campaign was heavily influenced by dark money, with millions of dollars spent on ads funded by anonymous donors. Direct election. In a direct election or direct election, voters in the state cast their ballots directly for the candidate they wish to represent them in the Senate. Marginalize. Laws that require voters to show specific identification at polling stations can disenfranchise marginalized communities. Down ballot candidates. In the presidential election, many voters paid close attention to the top of the ballot, but it's also important to consider the down ballot candidates for the state office. A dream ticket. A dream ticket refers to a highly idealized combination of 2 candidates running together, usually for president and vice president, who are seen as a perfect pair to win an election. The announcement of dream ticket between the former governor and the senator generated a lot of excitement among the party's supporters. Enfranchisement. The enfranchisement of women in the early 20th century marked a significant step toward equal rights in many countries. The civil rights movement played a key role in working to enfranchise African Americans, ensuring they could vote without restrictions. A lame duck. The outgoing president, as a lame duck, struggled to push through any new legislation during the final months of his presidency. Opposition or oppose. Opposition. Despite initial opposition, the candidate was able to outvote his competitors in the final ballot. Overturn. The court ruled to overturn the lower court's decision, allowing the candidate to remain on the ballot. plebiscite هي كلمة أخرى ل referendum. Plurality. He won a 48% plurality of the vote rather than an outright majority. There was a marked plurality of views among the people attending the meeting. Pluralism. The country is moving towards political, religious pluralism. Plural. Many countries allow people to have plural citizenship. And you can use this word to say cats, for instance, is a plural form of cat. Psephology and psephologists. Psephologists usually analyze the data or analyze the exit polls and predict winners or victories for candidates. Purge. The state conducted a voter purge to ensure that only eligible voters were on the rolls, but many felt it unfairly targeted minority communities. After the election loss, the party leader decided to purge dissenting members from ranks to unify the party for the upcoming election cycle. RCV, or ranked choice vote. Ranked choice vote was used to ensure that the winner had majority support, even if no candidate received more than 50% of the first choice votes. A show of hands. During the meeting, the chairman asked for a show of hands to determine whether the proposal should be accepted or should be rejected. Snap election. The Prime Minister called a snap election after the opposition parties failed to form a coalition government. Suffrage. The fight for suffrage was a long and challenging journey, marked by protest petitions and the determination of countless activists. The suffragettes made history with their fierce determination, changing public opinion and ultimately securing the right to vote for women. Throw your hat into the ring. After much consideration, the senator decided to throw his hat into the ring and run for governor. A seasoned senator. The party's presidential ticket included a seasoned senator and a well-known state governor. Vote of confidence or vote of no confidence. The Prime Minister called for a vote of confidence or for a vote of no confidence. Vote down. The committee voted down the proposed amendment, citing concerns over its potential impact. The council voted the budget through after several rounds of debate and adjustments. Ward. Electoral district. Each ward in the city elects its own councillor to represent the local residents' interest in the city council. A whistle stop. He flew home from a whistle stop trip to Sana'a City. Constituency or constituents. Gerrymander. The party was accused of trying to gerrymander the state to ensure that they would maintain control in the next election. وبكده وصلنا لنهاية هذا الفيديو. لا تنسى تعمل لايك وشير. This is me saying to ya. See